my original Nintendo, or NES, but I always call it Nintendo. It's got more memories than my original lunchbox. It even has my original Bart Simpson sticker. What does it say? Watch it, dude. Good advice from the Bartman. Sadly, I don't believe it works anymore, and I don't even believe I have all of the plugs for it. I do have the controllers, but the tongue doesn't even stay down. So, Junkman, why am I talking about my old Nintendo, you may be asking? Well, you probably saw the title of the thumbnail, but this year marks the 35th anniversary of the greatest video game ever created by man, Super Mario Brothers. And again, I've said it before, and I will say it again. Don't you say Super Mario, and don't you say Bros. It's not called Super Mario Bros. It's Super Mario Brothers. Now, if you watch any of my videos, you know I'm not really good at saying words, so I can't pick on anyone for saying something wrong. But when it comes to saying Mario Brothers or Mario Brothers, that's just being silly. It's not M-A-R-Y-O. So here we go, the original Nintendo. And I wanted to talk about, like I said, you're probably saying, Junkman, how is that the greatest game ever? It is. Think about it. Before Nintendo. Now let's talk about let's talk about Atari. Atari was great. Don't get me wrong. I grew up on Atari. One of my favorite games ever, and I still like playing it today, is Adventure. And Raiders of the Lost Ark was a great game. I know it gets a lot of slack because it's hard, but it was a lot of fun. It was a puzzle game, and it really was hard to figure out. But Mario, when you got your Nintendo, and most people started with Mario, let's be honest. Not everyone did, but most people, the game to get was Mario. It came bundled with a Nintendo in 1986, but if you got it before that, maybe you had to buy it separately. Why is this game so great? Well, one thing, it was a scroller game. You ran all the way to the left or right. And this was something unseen in a home console, at least back then. Sure, you had Pitfall and you had some other games that did it, but nothing like Mario did. And you know what's so great about Mario that I think people overlook is how it really shows you everything you can do on that first world, or level, world as they called it, 1-1. On that, at the very beginning, you got your mushroom to see that he enlarges. You can even find a power up, you can get the star, and you can even get the flower. Now, most games will make you have to work up to each one of these. The first level might give you the mushroom, and then a couple of levels later, you might get the fire power, and then later you would find the star. But no, Mario put it all right there. Very simple for anyone playing that picked up the controller and didn't really know much about video games. You could figure out the basics right there. Free mushroom, power up mushroom, the flower, and all that right there on level 1. And I think it was a genius. It really got you hooked into the game. And it was the first game that I could think about that you really could just walk around and explore more than just play the game. Of course, you had a timer that you could run out, but you could spend, time busting out bricks, seeing what was here, seeing what was there. It's just a great game, and it's very laid out. And even today, I know the games today may look better, but you're not going to find a game that's more fun than Super Mario. And I know some of you will disagree and tell me that Donkey Kong's the best game ever made. It's good, but it's no Super Mario Brothers. So I just wanted to take time out. I know I think the official birthday is like October 13th, somewhere in October. But I just wanted to talk about my Mario memories. Now, when I first saw this boy was Nintendo, and it was odd because before that I had the Atari, which was my brother's Atari, but this system felt like mine. And you're thinking, well, Atari went out, there was a video game crash of 83. A lot of people started getting Nintendo in very late 85 for that Christmas, but it was 86 when it really caught on. So you think, well, that's not, what's that, 2 years? How long will a video game crash? 2 years of nothing. But one thing, Atari crash might have been 83, but for me and most people I knew, we were out of Atari by 82, maybe 81, right around 82 at the latest. And I know that it doesn't seem long between 82 and 86, between Atari and Nintendo. But that's looking at it through adult eyes. As a kid, between 1982 and 1986, it felt like 10 years. I remember when I went to my friend. I had a friend, and we went to this girl's house named Katrina. She had a brother that was a little older than us, and he was in his room playing Nintendo. I never even heard of it. I was like, what is that? I couldn't even say it. I was like, what are you playing? He's like, man, I'm playing with power. I said, what do you mean you're playing with power? What are you playing with? Nintendo power. I said, Nintendo? I couldn't figure it out. Went home, told my parents, I gotta have a Nintendo. But he was playing that, and he was playing Mario. And this had to be early. This was before Christmas. This had to be October, November, right when the system came out for the U.S., around 85. Now, I know there was an arcade version of He-Man. I know there's an arcade version of Mario before the home console game, but we're not talking about that. We're just talking about the home console game, because that's what everybody knows when they think Mario. You know, we might have played the arcade one, but Mario at home is the one everybody knows and enjoys. So I remember seeing him play that game, and it blew my mind. You know, before that I had Combat, I had Adventure, I had Pitfall. Was probably the best graphics you could find. I never seen anything like Mario, again, in a home console. So I remember seeing that, and it blew my mind. Went home, told my parents, said, I've got to get it. It's called Nintendo, and I couldn't figure it out. Finally figured out how to say it. I asked a couple friends. They told me, wrote it down. So I could tell my mom, you know, Nintendo. That's what I need. And I need you to get Super Mario Brothers. I don't care what other game you buy with it. You don't even have to buy another game. Just get me Super Mario Brothers. I didn't say Super Mario. I didn't say Super Mario Bros. Or nothing like that. I said Super Mario Brothers. What a game it was. I can remember taking, when first, I think I got it for that Christmas 85. Now, I'm a little sketchy on the years. I'm getting kind of old here. I was thinking mine came with Mario, but then I was reading where the one that came with Mario was late 86, so that would have meant I got Christmas 86. But I believe I had it before then, so maybe my parents just bought Mario with it, and I thought it came with it being, you know, but maybe not. Maybe it was 86, but in my mind, it was Christmas 85 when I got it, because I remember a lot of 86 games playing those, so I don't think I got it late in 86. But I remember getting it. My brother, my sister, we would all play it. Level World 1-1. Couldn't hardly get past it. Finally got past to the second World 1-2. Went to bed. My brother woke me up the next day. It was probably December 26th, probably the day after Christmas, and told me, I'm on the last level. I'm fixing to solve your game that you wanted so bad. I was crushed. Here's a game I thought I would spend the next 6 months playing. That I would be able to rescue the princess. I would be able to beat Bowser. I was going to get to do it all. And here it is. Less than 24 hours, my brother waking me up to tell me to come watch him solve my game. Santa Claus got me this, not him. Then he gets to the castle, jumps over Bowser, and we learn that the princess was in another castle. That's right, World 1-1. We thought that was it. That was the game. Why? Because that's how games were for Atari. Well, they weren't even really like that, but for the most part, you couldn't imagine anything that had 8 levels, 8 worlds, 8 different stages, with 4 in each stage. This was unbelievable. This was unthinkable. So I was happy because one thing, he was a little older than me. He never got into Nintendo after that new wore off that first week. He never played. Now, me and my sister would play Mario back and forth. She would become a great player at Zelda 2 Link, which I think is better than Zelda. I know. Put it in the comments below that I'm a dumbass. But I never got into Zelda. But I did like Link. I really love Link. But she was really great at Link. She was also the only person I know on Atari that flipped the score on Asteroids. Although she says she doesn't even remember that. I don't forget a thing like that. So that's kind of my intent. I wanted to go over 5 key events in the history of Super Mario Brothers. Sticking just through the first game. It's going to do 10, but come on. Didn't want to bore you to death. I'm not sure how this video is going to be received, but I wanted to talk and say happy. I had to say something. I mean, next to the vintage Star Wars toys, when it comes to toys, I think Nintendo, well, for the most part, Mario has to be the number 2 most important toy of my life growing up. Now I played other games. I love Time Lords, but a lot of games I can't even hardly remember. Mario sticks with me. I can still play Super Mario, and I'm probably going to play it after this video. I can still play Super Mario today, get all the way through it, really good at it, which I thought I was really good at. I saw some of these people on YouTube. Whew, I wasn't even born when he came out, man, they're good at it. But Mario still holds up today. And you notice it looked better than most of the other Nintendo games being released. Most of the Nintendo games, let's be honest, sucked. I guess Paperboy was okay. But what? Especially if they were based on a movie. Did they do any good movie games? Oh, Back to the Future. Remember that one? Anyway, let's... Did I get you out of camera frame there? Sorry about that. But let's go over 5. The top 5 biggest events in Super Mario Brothers history. And we're going to start off with number 5, January 17th, 1988. That's right, we're talking years after this. I think Mario 2 might have already been out by then. January 7th, 1988. While at school, Jimbo Showers, who just recently took my girlfriend Tanya away from me, told everyone how he got a free power-up on World 1-3. I had to correct him and let him know there's no power-ups on 1-3. That he means 1-2, or maybe he could mean World 1-1. But there's no power-ups on the tree level. I made him look like a jackass. In my mind, everybody was laughing at him, pointing and laughing and shunning him. In my mind, he got expelled from school for saying such things. And I was the hero. I was lifted up and carried off into the Mario heavens. Well, really, I think I just told him that there was no power-up. And he said, yeah, there was. And everybody said, don't listen to the junk kid. He don't know what the power-ups are. Number 4, Super Mario Brothers history. February the 1st, 1986. Still in Super Mario heaven. I was still loving this game. But on the school bus, if you watch my videos, you'll know who I'm talking about. Amy Covey told me she had a Nintendo. Her brother got one, but they didn't have Mario. Now, I was a Mario fool. I couldn't wait to get home to play Super Mario. I would play it all day and night. I would leave it on at night, pause, so I could wake up the next day and play it without having to start over. We had to start over back then if you cut it off. Spoiled kids today. But I told her, because it was her birthday also, and I had a present for her, that I would bring her Super Mario. She could borrow mine for the weekend. I would give it to her on the school bus on Friday. Monday, she could give it back. So, with my present in hand that Friday and my Super Mario game, I put it in my book bag until after school on the way home and told her, say, hey, I got that Super Mario game and I got you a little something for your birthday. You know, I got the usual, oh, you shouldn't have, oh, you're so sweet and all this stuff. And then she left the present and the game on the bus when she got off. Got up, said goodbye to Stephanie and Jessica and Jennifer. There was a lot of Jennifers at my school. Walked right past, left her game and the present on the seat where she was sitting. Never asked me about the present. Never said anything else to me about the game. Luckily, I did notice, so I picked my present up in my game and went home and gave myself a present that day. Still, a great event in the history of Super Mario. Oh, well, yeah. Number 3, September 28th, 1986. At a party at Jessica Moore's house, I beat Super Mario level 8-4 with one man. Went through the maze, knew how to get there. Amy Covey was in the room. So I had a witness. I had people saying, he did it. One life. September 28th, 1986. In front of everybody, he beat Mario, at least not dying on the last level. Although, No one really remembers this event. And Amy was talking to Jessica or something. No one saw it. I looked around to brag, and no one really cared. I don't know why. It seemed like a great moment you would want to remember, but no one really cared. And now let's look at number 2 of the biggest events in Super Mario Brothers history. April 2nd, 1986. Well, I had a birthday party for my best friend Boyd's house. Amy Covey was there, and I told her I would show her how to slide on one foot. Now, this was a skill of Super Mario that I had practiced after I discovered it, or me and some friends discovered how to do it. You could pop out of the pipe, hold down A and B at the same time, and you could make Mario slide on one foot. I couldn't wait to show this to Amy Covey. If anything's going to win a girl's attention, it's that you can make Mario slide on one foot. I had her attention next to me. Her eyes focused on the screen. This was my big chance. April 2nd, 1986, went into the pipe, held down A and B, popped out of the pipe, moved the controller to the left, Mario slid on one foot. And she asked me, why would you want to do that? What does it do? It looks stupid. Who cares? She wasn't impressed as I was, but I loved making Mario slide on just one foot. And the number 1 event in the history of Super Mario Brothers is February the 4th, 1986. Well, I had a birthday party. Yeah, I went to a lot of birthday parties. I got to show Amy Covey, who asked me how to get 100 free men on Super Mario. Now, this was days before the internet, because you look up stuff. Now, this was the days before the internet, before you could look up stuff. Now, this was the days before the internet where you could look up stuff, and we all knew, or most of us knew about the 100 free men, or you get on, I think it was 3-2, where you jump on the turtle shell's back, time it just right, you could bounce off of it and get 100 or maybe a little bit more. If you got too many, you would see game over when you died. But this was a skill that was hard to do, and not everyone really knew how to do it. I had Amy Covey's divided attention. How can she do it? She wanted to get that many men. She wanted to learn it so she could go home and show her brother, hey, look what I learned how to do. Look, I can beat Mario. Now I've got 100 of free men. So there I was, February 14th, 1986. World 3-2. Finally got there. Got to the end. Had to time it just right. This thing wasn't easy to do. You had to get that turtle shell just right when he came down the end. Popped up. Jumped up. Killed the turtle. Kept bouncing on the shell. Bing, 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 bing. One up, one up, one up, one up, one up. Then it started rambling up. I said, look, I got free men. I got it. That's how you do it. She was gone. She was right there. She was gone. She was right there next to me. What happened? And my mind was so focused on the game, I couldn't see anything around me. Well, apparently John Gorman came in, who just got back. She came to the party like 2 hours late because he had a Little League game where he pitched a no-hitter that I had to hear about for the rest of the school year. That almost got my eye. For the rest of the school year, I had to hear about how this, 10, I don't know how old we were, little leaguer pitched a no-hitter. How hard is it to do a no-hitter? Now, I get it in baseball, it's hard. You got professional baseball players up there hitting the ball. But we're talking Little League here. You struck out some 9-year-olds. How hard could that be? But I remember she went over and wanted to hear all about it, cut him a piece of cake and everything, and everyone moved away from the living room out to the back patio to hear more about this Little League no-hitter game. But did it really matter? I had 100 free men. I had the living room to myself, so I got to play Super Mario and finish up the game, while everybody else got to stand outside in the heat and hear about a boring Little League story. So who's the real winner there? Anyway, that's a look at 5 big events in the history of that's a look at 5 big events in the history of Super Mario Brothers. Happy birthday, Mario. You don't look a day over 36. Well, let me know in the comments below some of your Nintendo or best Mario memories. Did you like playing it? Did you slide on one foot? Did you do any tricks? I love doing tricks like climbing the wall and stuff like that. Let me know in the comments below, and always please subscribe to the channel. thumb it up so I know you like my content, and we'll talk again soon. The rest of the school year.
Junkman.
Thank you, sir, for that unsolicited testimony.